From people unlocking the Wanderer skin early, the new Pirates update which arrived today alongside a new mythic, and even a way you can get unreleased emotes, here's 35 Easter eggs in Fortnite. Players have been spotting the Wanderer all over the map, and naturally everyone's question was, can he be eliminated? The answer is yes. With the use of gas canisters, you could actually eliminate the Wanderer, and in doing so, he would drop the Chapter 2 version of the Gray Pistol. Some players even took this a step further by becoming the Wanderer himself using the Mystique skin, so Epic had to patch this, but it was iconic and fun while it lasted. Speaking of icons, Nick830 recently got his icon series, but there was a huge Easter egg for it that went unnoticed. In the official post by Fortnite, you could see Nick830's signature unofficial skin along with some of the other Mogul Master skins waiting in the lobby. Nothing suspicious. That's until you notice the numbers on the skin's made up names are actually a reference to Nick830's birthday. The first number is 4, the second 14, and the last 95, lining up with the year and date he was born. This is almost as cool as in Chapter 4 Season 4, where there was a hidden reference to one of the most popular cartoons of all time. If you hopped in game and went to the May NPC, you could talk to her, and one of her lines would mention the Chum Bucket. I'm sure most of you will recognize this, but for those who don't, the Chum Bucket is the restaurant from SpongeBob. Another reference to a well-known movie can be found on the current island. If you traverse all the way to the map shores, there's a hidden cave underneath the island's mountains. By entering and exploring inside, you'll find a bunch of coral buddies surrounding a fallen gnome who's unable to get up. This references a scene from the popular movie and book Gulliver's Travels, where the protagonist ends up in the same situation. Alongside popular media, Fortnite also has small Easter eggs to reference popular memes, and this one's no exception. You might remember this viral Mr. Beast video going on around the internet, and Fortnite did not miss its chance to do the most hilarious thing possible. When his skin returned to the item shop shortly after, they brought a brand new yellow shirt style, and even his shop tab included the zany emote to mock the exact clothing and pose from the meme. You gotta love when Epic does these. This is just a taste of Fortnite's Easter eggs because it gets a lot better, especially in the final 3, which will help you win games. But first, let's talk about how the Jack Sparrow skin was leaked almost 2 years ago. That's right, because in a stream the actor for Jack Sparrow, Johnny Depp, did 2 years ago, you could spot a Fortnite llama plushie hidden in the background. Fans went absolutely crazy over this, but it looks like the collab took more time to deliver than we all expected due to the court trial, but we're lucky because now he's in game. And alongside it is one of the most unique mythics that we've ever seen in Fortnite, and it's a massive Easter egg itself, literally. The ship in a bottle is a new item which, once thrown out, creates a brand new haunted ship that you can ride on top of, breaking anything that stands in your way. And huge fans of Pirates of the Caribbean movies will know this is an obvious reference to the infamous Black Pearl ship, which is also trapped in a bottle and can grow full size once it breaks out, which is a neat detail. You might remember Hope, who's this chapter's main character, but if you go and select her skin, you'll notice something different. Take a closer look at her headphones, and you'll see that each time you select a different style, the wires will change color depending on the style. They are copper for her base one and can turn either pink or gray when choosing the pink or runaway style. Epic always goes above and beyond with their skin designs, as evident by the many details found on them, and collabs are no exception. If you own the goat skin from the collab with Goat Simulator, you may notice a number on the skin's belt. The number is 3, and if you're curious as to why, it's actually very simple. The 3 represents the game's actual number, which at the time is Goat Simulator 3, so there's definitely room for some of the other goat skins from the other games. And when Fortnite doesn't hide references on skins, they usually hide them in secret NPC dialogues, and one of these is hilarious. With Midas's return in Season 2, a lot of characters related to him and had a lot of secret interactions. If you went up to the Laguna NPC as the Midas skin, she would state that we look like we could use a hand. This is due to Midas's hand being chopped off by Kato Thorne and him returning with a robotic one last season, a cool yet subtle detail. And speaking of hilarious NPC dialogues, this season has a cool one as well, which involves the beloved Peely. If you pass by restored reels, you'll notice the philosopher Bananacrides NPC, and if you talk to him, you'll only see some banana language gibberish. But if you go up to him as any of the Peely skins, his dialogue actually becomes visible, meaning the Peely skins can understand each other. A weird reference, but now you know. What's also cool this season is the brand new war bus, as it has its own fair share of secrets, even hinting at a possible collab. In case you haven't noticed, in the middle of chaotic battles, it actually plays music. The music is through the song Bad Reputation, which a lot of you may recognize from the official Shrek movie soundtrack. It's a huge stretch, but it could indicate some type of collab with Shrek this season, and we've been waiting way too long for this, so I think it's about time. There's something secretly removed from the game this season though, and it's not easy to notice. If you have a feeling something's missing, you're correct, because after years, llamas were actually removed. It's the first time since they were added that they've been missing, and we can only hope we see them return soon, but thankfully they still are in reload. Something that can be found on the map though is something you'd call a buried secret. If you head over to the Grand Glacier Hotel, there's a small hidden maze, and inside it there's a small ancient statue buried in the snow. There's also a small Viking axe there, and this could potentially be teasing a Norwegian mythology theme for the future. Speaking of things teased, there's an unreleased skin found inside of a recently released loading screen. If you take a look at the Billie Eilish loading screen, you'll spot a skin that isn't in game yet, and this is none other than Gemini. It was once set to release, but due to allegations of Fortnite copying the skin from a game called Paladins, they changed it to what we now know as Astro Assassin. This confirms the design isn't entirely scrapped though, so who knows, maybe we'll get this as a variant one day. And before we get to the final secret details, which are going to help you get an advantage in game, subscribe for more videos and consider using code 8 in the shop. But speaking of the item shop, some of the new emotes lately have been getting some secret styles. One of them is the Snowflake emote that released during the Season 1 Winterfest event and can show up to 3 different versions. One is a Lulama, another Peely, and the last one is a smiley face. There is also some emotes that never made it in the item shop for unknown reasons, but they do appear in game. Last season, you could take a look at 2 unreleased emotes. If you headed over at the railways, you could spot Poseidon, who would sometimes do the unreleased Squeezy Does It dance. And by heading over to the other side of the map at Snooty Steps, there was the Bravo leader NPC doing the Deep Thought emote. It's unknown why Epic didn't add these to the shop, but it's interesting to know that NPCs get early access. And we have some crazier Easter eggs at the end of the video which are going to help you in your next game. But another Easter egg spotted last season was a teaser to one of the returns of the most long-awaited collabs ever. In a cinematic teaser, the God of War, Ares can be seen using the Hades chains item which is wrapped around his arm. It's a callback to Kratos, also known as the God of War, who had the Blades of Chaos wrapped around his hands in this exact same way. This must have only been a cool reference because we didn't get young Kratos last season, but there's still hope the actual Kratos outfit will return soon. If you talked to the dummy NPC a few weeks ago, he would reveal he's getting a makeover by a buddy of his called Axel. Now we know he was referencing the Peabody skin since one of the P's names is Axel. We can also assume he'll be getting his makeover soon as there's a skin for him in the survey showcasing it. Only 2 more Easter eggs remain, and the last one will even give you a hidden gameplay advantage. Before that though, there's a hidden reference in LEGO Fortnite that fans of Star Wars will have surely recognized. If you're a true LEGO Star Wars OG, you might have come across these canisters in LEGO Fortnite, and they aren't just any ones as they're actually from the LEGO Star Wars games. They can be found exploring caves, so if you want to find one, I suggest you bring together some torches. And while you explore your LEGO Fortnite world, you might also have come across the LEGO Meowscles. With this last update to LEGO Fortnite, he now makes cat-like sounds for some reason when you talk to him, so this makes the interaction a lot more wholesome. What's not very wholesome is when you try to mod a literal chicken, but Epic thought of that and is way ahead of us. If you pick up a chicken and try to mod it in a mod bench, a message with a chicken icon will appear stating that sadly this chicken isn't moddable. But that implies that there is at least one chicken which can be modded, so it ponders the question, where is this chicken and why can he be modded? Speaking of mods though, if you happen to be in the Nitrodrome and the enemy team is trying to mod their car, there's a way you can sabotage them from a distance. While it's not easy to notice, inside the Nitrodrome there's a hidden big red button that if you press, you can trigger the arena's fire traps. That's been tons of Easter eggs in Fortnite, so subscribe for more.